The Federal Reserve has increased interest rates 9 times, and more hikes could be on the way. Personal finance expert and finance professor Dan Roccato joining us live with ways to attack credit card debt in this high-interest environment. Dan, good morning to you.
What's going on, Bill? How you feeling?
I'm doing great. So what is going on with the rates and credit cards right now?
Yeah, well, not good news, I'm afraid. The average credit card interest rate is now over 20%, Bill, if you can imagine that. That's because, as you said, the Federal Reserve keeps boosting up rates. Annual interest expense, if you have the average balance on a credit card right now, is close to $1,400. That's every year. And I'm afraid to tell you, Bill, it looks like more rate hikes might be coming.
Yeah, and so what is your best strategy to pay down credit card debt?
Do something called the avalanche method. I'm a big believer in this. When you look at the credit card that has the highest interest rate, tackle that one first. Focus on that like a laser beam. Make the minimum payments on your other cards if you have to. But let's really focus on the one with the highest rate first. Avoid what I call the minimum payment trap, where you use minimum payments on all of your cards, which basically means you're never going to pay them off. For example, if you've got a $5,000 balance and you're making the minimum payment, for most cards, it's going to take you more than 30 years to pay off the balance. So that pizza you bought last night better be pretty epic, because you're going to be paying for it forever.
Right.
And finally, Bill, if you've got decent credit, how about this? Transfer everything over to a new card. Yes, I said a new card, where you get a 0% rate for maybe 18 months or so. And that way, all of your payments go toward working on bringing that balance down for those 18 months. You will pay a transfer fee, but if you're disciplined about it, you can really make some significant progress in a year and a half.
That's a great idea. Now, if you can't make your payments, what should you do?
And so many people are in this boat, and we're all about solutions here, right? So number one, don't go into the witness protection program. Now's the time to pick up the phone, call your credit card company. I know that sounds crazy, but they want to hear from you. They don't want you just to avoid the problem. See if they'll work with you, maybe lower the rate, maybe, give you an extended payment, whatever it might be. They will work with you rather than just doing nothing. Consider a personal loan. The average rate right now for a personal loan is about 10%, half of what a credit card is. That might be an option for some folks. One of my favorites, how about a cash diet? Put those cards in your sock drawer, forget they're there, use cash for the next few months while we're trying to work on those credit cards. And finally, if you're really jammed up, there's a great government website. And Bill, yes, I said great and government in the same sentence. There's a great government website, consumerfinance.gov, all kinds of good tips out there for consumers who are swimming in debt.
Dan, we only have about 45 seconds left. I wanted to ask you about a story that we had earlier this morning about Fidelity offering annuities for folks now. And for a lot of seniors that would like income, and they're concerned about the money that they have not lasting their lifetime. Is an annuity a good idea?
For some. So the annuity basically gives you income for life based on a certain balance. The amount depends on interest rates and also depends on your age. That's the bottom line. For some folks, Bill, they'll gladly trade a pile of money in exchange for a guaranteed monthly check for the remainder of their days. But you need to be careful. Annuities have all sorts of complexities to them. It's not quite as simple as going out and buying a mutual fund, for example. So read the fine print, make sure it works for you. It's not for everyone, because you do give up control of that pile of money in exchange for that monthly payment. And that giving up control makes some folks a little uneasy.
We all have finance questions, and Dan Roccato has the answers. We appreciate it.
All right, brother. Thanks.
Have a great weekend.